Eberechi's transfer news. Arsenal agrees £67.5 million deal to sign Crystal Palace forward after hijacking Tottenham move. Arsenal agree deal to sign Eberechi from Crystal Palace after hijacking Tottenham Hotspur's move. Spurs felt they had an agreement in place with the club and the player on Wednesday before their North London rivals reignited their interest and swooped in. Eze's Arsenal medical could take place as soon as Friday. The 27-year-old's release clause, worth £60 million plus £8 million in add-ons, expired before the Premier League season started. Spurs felt they had an agreement in place with Palace and Eze on Wednesday before their North London rivals reignited their interest and swooped in following an injury to Kai Havertz. Eze was one of a number of players Arsenal looked into in the first few weeks of the window, where, significantly, a lot of the work was carried out in June when they explored the conditions of a deal. Since then, their focus has been on other positions and player departures. Spurs were considering offering Richarlison in a deal for Eze. That would have freed up striker space for them to try and sign Yoane Wissa, who played under Thomas Frank at Brentford. Wissa still wants to join Newcastle, who had a second bid rejected on Wednesday. Eze, who started in Palace's draw at Chelsea on Sunday, has 2 years left on his contract at Selhurst Park. Arsenal have a long-standing interest in Eze, who was previously on the books of their academy and has said he was a supporter of the club growing up. They explored a potential deal earlier in the window, but chose not to pursue a deal at that stage as they prioritized strengthening other areas of the squad and agreeing new contracts with existing players. Spurs then came in for Eze after Morgan Gibbs-White chose to sign a new contract at Nottingham Forest and they lost James Maddison to an ACL injury. Talks were held between Tottenham and Palace, and Spurs felt they had an agreement in place on Wednesday with club and the player. However, Arsenal then came in to hijack the deal in a major twist on Wednesday evening. Eberechi is electric. The 27-year-old is a delight to watch with his poise and swagger on the ball and craft to open up defenses, not to mention his penchant for scoring spectacular strikes himself. He finished last season as one of the hottest prospects in the country, scoring in 6 games in a row, including both the FA Cup semi-final and final at Wembley as he helped inspire Crystal Palace to their first ever major honour. Last season wasn't all plain sailing, though. "I think Eber has had a strange season," said Palace boss Glasner at the end of March. "He hasn't had many goals in the Premier League and he has been unlucky, but he keeps going. He's also struggled with strange injuries." Those comments came after Eze had ignited Palace in an FA Cup tie at Fulham, scoring one and setting up another. That standout display came on the back of a first goal for England. Fit and full of confidence, Eze was back to his best during the run-in. Is that livewire maverick Arsenal will hope can unlock deep defenses and bring a spark to their previously at times predictable patterns of attack. He offers something completely different to Leandro Trossard and Gabriel Martinelli, the current wide left options, and Victor Gyökeres will be relishing the prospect of latching onto the type of passes which have proved so productive for Jean-Philippe Mateta. After being released by the Gunners as a 13-year-old, Eze will be motivated to seize a second chance in North London, and, in his prime, he looks set to do just that and make a big impact for Mikel Arteta. As a 13-year-old, Eze will be motivated to seize a second chance in North London, and, in his prime, he looks set to do just that and make a big impact for Mikel Arteta. Looks set to do just that and make a big impact for Mikel Arteta.